Hey guys, welcome to Young Money. I'm Nozi Pombanjwa. I'm about to sit down with the co-founder and CEO of a reinsurance player. The name of the company is Riovic and the CEO is Phiwa Nkambule. Let's sit down and find out what is reinsurance, what is peer-to-peer insurance, and how does this rather complex business model actually work. There are a number of opportunities to venture into as an entrepreneur. One sector which seems to weather the economic storms is the insurance space, and now the increasingly popular reinsurance space, a sector which a number of young entrepreneurs are looking into. But what is reinsurance and what makes it interesting? Well, it's the practice of insurers moving some of their risks to other parties or individuals through an agreement. And this reduces the likelihood of having to pay a large insurance claim should a disaster ever demand one. According to a study done by the Financial Services Board in South Africa, 41% of short-term insurance are vested in the reinsurance business. Now let's catch up with one entrepreneur who has tapped into this market, taken this model and adapted it to suit and protect individuals against the cost of disaster.
To give you an example, what happens is that most of the time you find that a person has an excess or a deductible on their insurance contract or their policy. You find that they get into that accident, if it's for car or anything, and then they have to cough out maybe at 3,000 Rand or 4,000 Rand before their insurance company pays.
All right, so here I am, I've got a Polo Vivo, I'm paying my premium, and I've got an excess of 3,000. Now I've had an accident. What happens next?
Where we come in is we allow you to get into a group with your friends. Let's say it's the 5 of you. You pool your premiums together, and then at the back, we are backed by private investors that then secure that 3,000 Rand should the accident happen the following day, just after you sign up, before your premiums accumulate to that much. In exchange, those private investors get a portion of the premium as a return. It's basically the same model, just with the addition of technology, just like you're saying. It's helping us relate with millennials, and it's obviously adding something new to the Stokvel model, because insurance as a whole isn't there. It's just your funeral plans and those small ones.
One would think that, of course, we have existing traditional insurance as we know it, and now this new emerging form of insurance. How has the market accepted and embraced you?
All right, okay. Peer-to-peer insurance is very new. It only started in 2010, but then started catching up last year. And the market doesn't understand it very well. One of the reasons why we developed the private investor-backed platform was because it couldn't provide enough value. So what we did was we collaborated with most of the peer-to-peer insurance companies around the world, and we formed the syndicate, which is the platform that we have. And things have been catching up now. People are signing up. People are getting covered because we're providing real value now. They're not only relying on the premiums that they have.
But Phiwa, you can say all things. Me as a consumer, all I want to know is it cheaper? Is it going to cost me less? So how does the model ensure that that is made for me?
First of all, it makes it cheaper because it reduces fraud. It deals with the fraud aspect because it's our money. We know each other. We're responsible. We're partially responsible in the insurance claim. And yeah, and then secondly, it cuts off the middleman, which is the insurance company, the insurance broker, and connects you directly with the risk capital. So it reduces the amount that you would pay.
You're 24 years old. You're playing in a very complex space. Where did the idea come from? Where did you draw the inspiration from?
All right. Basically, I've been in tech for 3 years now. I started in 2013, late 2013. Okay, it's just my second year going to third. What happened was that I had one of my co-founders, she suggested that we do something in finance. And then we started thinking about it until we got to insurance, and also because of the people that were supporting us. So Insurance was the most interesting because it's very untapped. People are scared of it because it's very traditional, and the incumbents are not that open to new companies. So there was a great opportunity there rather than going into payments and going into other spaces in finance.
So who inspires you?
It comes from me.
I mean, a lot of people would say their mom, but I guess in this case, you inspire yourself.
I inspire myself. I just told myself that I'll have to do something that will be world changing in a way when I grow up, and I just started early.
So I'm making a lot of assumptions as we were having this conversation, and one of those assumptions is that you've probably studied actual science, and this is how you've come to this idea worth solving or problem worth solving that you want to get into. How does your academic journey connect with what you're doing today?
It doesn't at all. With programming, I'm self-taught, and then with insurance, I had to get actual science books and try and familiarize myself with the terms and everything. I studied law, and then it's just passion. It's pure passion. I wanted to do something, and then this is where I'm doing it.
Now, one of the favorite things that I like to ask all the guests on Young Money is the 5-year projection. 5 years from now, where are we sitting? Where is Phiwa? What are you doing? And where in the world are you?
Phiwa's a billionaire, probably in the States. And but Phiwa's going to be a billionaire in the next few coming years, because this company is going to be one of those startups that will have an IPO in South Africa. I know no one has been doing that. Startups have been failing, but we're going to get an IPO in the next 3 years. So
is Phiwa a one-man team, or is there a broader support structure around you?
No, it's not a one-man show. I've got a team of 8 people. 2 are actuaries. Actually, it's not that I'm just chancing. And then I've got people that are in development. I've got experienced accountants. So it's a dynamic team. And
as you see the team growing and expanding, what kind of skill sets are you hoping to import and onboard into the team?
Leadership is something that you're born with. Let's start there. And if people have been watching you, because when I started, I ran things as a one-man. And then I was able to push my company, the first company that I had, to a point where it got an award in the UK for cloud computing Africa. So, when people look at you and they look at that, they start believing in you and they're willing to be led by you. They trust you. So that's how it is with this company. Because these are old guys, people that are 35.
But there must be a challenge that comes with being 24 and leading a team of people who are in their mid to late 30s. What's been the biggest learning curve for you?
Right, the only challenge can be that they don't easily relate with the way we operate in the startup space, because they've probably worked for like corporates and they're used to formal things. But then,
how do you overcome it?
Sometimes I just have to do, and then they'll see why I did it.
And so do you see the team growing? And if so, which are the skill set that you're looking to onboard next?
At the moment, I'm in discussion with psychologists, because with what we're doing is we're creating a new market. Let me just stop there. We're creating a new market, and the new kind of professionals that have to enter. So when we're looking at the company and things that we have to do, we realize that we actually have to bring in psychologists into this, because if we want to bring down insurance costs, we have to deal with the way people think. And that's the next group of people that we're bringing in.
And of course, those who are players in the insurance industry will always tell you that the biggest challenge is overcoming the perception of the cost of insurance. We're going to be wrapping up this conversation on this note. A very big thank you to the co-founder and the CEO of Riovic. His name is Phiwa Nkambule. Thank you so much, guys, for making the time to join us. And do remember that if you want the Young Money crew to come to you, all you need to do is just follow me on Twitter @TheRealNosy. And don't forget our hashtag. It's #YoungMoney410. Until next time, it's goodbye.